Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to my new monthly video of Watcha Watching. In this we'll go through my new films I have watched in the cinema or at my home or even at film studies, and I will miss out the ones that I've done a review on. But these are all the new films that I have watched this month and give you some recommendation. Also, this is a diary for me, so when I'm like 80 years old I can go back, if YouTube still exists, go back and see what videos I watched when I was 16 years of age. But let's get on with January's video, so let's go. So the film that kick-started my 2018 film new viewing was the film Drive, the 2011 film directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, I think it is, and it stars Ryan Gosling, of course, Bryan Cranston and Carey Mulligan. And I just, honestly, I wanted to watch this film forever. But the thing is, it was an 18, so I couldn't get it. And this one day, it was there, and my mum was there, and I was like, yo, mum, you know how much you love me, you know, and you know how much I love Ryan Gosling. And she got it for me. And it's about a stunt driver who kind of goes onto the wrong side of the law by trying to help out Carey Mulligan's character, her husband. And it kind of follows him and how much he loves her, but, you know, it's not going to last. And it's such good film, and you believe in the characters so much. They don't have to say anything. The thing is with their relationship is they only have to look at each other, and you as a spectator know what they're feeling, and it's such an engaging film to watch. And I went off the film and I went onto YouTube and I watched every single video essay that there was on YouTube, because honestly I loved this film, and it's a beautiful film. It is very much an art house film. The aesthetics in it, mwah, there's some scenes that I can even picture now that I just felt was so beautiful. And the reason why I wanted to watch this film is because for some reason I'm really getting into like the niche sort of art house film noir-esque type of films, and some of the films coming up now and like later on are films like of that genre. I loved it, and it's not just because it has Ryan Gosling in. I know I can be a little bit biased when it comes to him because he's just a gorgeous piece of flesh, lovely, but I actually did enjoy this, and I was watching it and I was pleasantly surprised on how it was, because it started off so sweet and it was this like romantic sort of story, and it's like kind of like girl meets boy, but it can't happen because like she's got like a husband or something, and then all of a sudden it takes like a tangent and it just goes full on violence, and it's like blood, guts and gore. I'm sitting there at the first start going, why is this an 18? And it just kind of hits you and you're just there, that's why. That is why. So the next film that I watched, I had no expectations of what it was. I was sitting there in the film studies room, and then all of a sudden my teacher was like, okay, so we're studying Hunger Games and Ex Machina. And I'm like, okay, Ex Machina, don't have a clue. Hunger Games, yeah, I know, I'm not living in the rock, I know what the Hunger Games is. But Ex Machina, what is that? I heard nothing about this film, and to be fair, I'm surprised I haven't because of how much hype it had. And it's also a niche film, and it's like a art house film, and that's the kind of films I'm into right now, and I should have known that. But that's why I've watched it. So I watched it in film studies. I had no expectations walking in. Some of my friends who already watched it said, oh yeah, it's got Oscar Isaac in, you'll be fine. And I was like, right, okay, I'm sold. I don't care what the film is about, it has Oscar Isaac in. I'm sold. Until my friend said, oh yeah, it's Oscar Isaac, bald but with a beard, and I was like, okay, I would not be digging it, but let's just say I totally am digging it. Like honestly, after watching it I was like, I kind of like this, you know, I'm kind of digging this whole look. But no, Ex Machina, it stars Oscar Isaac, Donald Gleeson and Alicia Vikander. I can't say people's names, I'm so sorry, I'm terrible at this. But Oscar Isaac and Donald Gleeson, you may recognise their names because they are in Star Wars. You've got Donald Gleeson who plays General Hux, and you've got Oscar Isaac who plays Poe Dameron. Mwah. my babe. Honestly, walking into this film with no expectations is the best way to watch it. So I'm not really going to explain what this film is, but just trust me. Honestly, I loved this film, and as soon as I stopped watching it in film studies, because we watched the whole thing through, as soon as the credits rolled, I was like, okay, it's going to be in my top 10. And honestly, I think it's like out of my top like 15 films I've got, it's somewhere around like 8th maybe. So that just shows I've watched it once. I went and gone to HMV and bought it straight away because I just loved this film. And I wasn't expecting on how amazing and twisted and kind of like brainy boof it makes you, because you can't watch it once, you have to watch it twice. So I'm literally gonna watch it tonight, and then I'll probably put it on Twitter and I'll be like, oh my god, I understand the whole universe now. But honestly, it is so good, and please take my word, go and watch it. I won't spoil it for you, I won't give you any incentive on what this film is about, just go and watch it, you will love it. Well, hopefully. Now, after loving Ex Machina, there was a film that I always wanted to watch. Now, Spencer Gilbert mentioned it, I think in a movie fight or one of like something from Screen Junkies, that was like made me go, oh, I could watch that film one day, and never got around to it. And it's always been in the back of my mind, like, when are you gonna watch that film, Megan? As soon as I watched Ex Machina, and I loved Ex Machina, I was like, Meg, just watch it. It's a niche film. It's also quite art house sort of style. It stars Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson, and it's directed by Spike Jonze. Scarlett Johansson's character is Samantha. Now, you never see Scarlett Johansson. She is the voice of like the AI talky ear thing. Now, walking into this film, obviously I kind of had like a little bit of, not an expectation, but I kind of had like a hint of maybe what it could be because of what Spencer Gilbert said. But I watched this film and I really liked it. It was hilarious. It's a rom-com, and some people would probably be put off by this, but it's honestly so funny and so weird. And it's very much like the niche sort of art house film. Most of these films that I'm going to bring up today are those kind of like art house film noirs, because I'm really into them lately. So if you're not into them, you probably won't like them, but give like at least one or two a chance. And out of all of these, I would give this one a chance out of all of the other films that I'm going to recommend to you today, because it is a comedy and it is a rom-com as well. But it's about this guy who falls in love with not an AI, but you know those like people things that like, I don't know, it's an advanced technology thing that he falls in love with. And it's a bit weird because everyone around him's starting to, and then there's this massive twist at the end that makes you go, oh my god. So if you know me and like you follow my social media, you will know that I am a massive Christopher Nolan fan. Honestly, him and Quentin Tarantino, more so Christopher Nolan, are the people that I love. They're the ones that got me into film. Honestly, watching Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, I was just in awe of his style, and I was like, can I just go and watch him on IMAX? I know that they're old films, but can I just like rent out a cinema and just like, you know, but I don't have the money to do that. Rip. But honestly, I was like, I haven't watched any of his older stuff, so I really want to watch Following, but I can't find it anywhere. But the one that I did find was Memento. Now, I think it's 2001 it came out, and it stars Guy Pearce in it. Now, this is very much like not an art house film so much, I don't think, but it's more like the film noir and the niche sort of audience. So again, if you don't like those type of films, even though I would give them a chance, if you don't, it's probably not your cup of tea. But honestly, I really loved this film. Now, I heard it through like word of mouth, and also because it's like a Christopher Nolan film, and like I study him and I watch his interviews always. But I also heard it from, I think, Make It or Break It from Screen Junkies. Sorry, a lot of my film recommendations, as you will probably find out, mostly comes from Screen Junkies because I just watch them forever. But honestly, I heard this about this film, and it was kind of spoiled to me that it was filmed in backwards, and I was going, oh, okay, so I won't really like this film then because it's in backwards, and I already know like the spoiler of it because it's in backwards. But watching the film, I was like, no, I'll still watch it though. I watched it and it establishes that it's in backwards like straight away off the bat. So it's not really a spoiler, and it doesn't really add anything knowing to it. It doesn't sort of like ruin the film for you. I think it just still makes the film compelling, but you already kind of know it's backwards. But they have two corresponding stories in this. So you've got Guy Pearce's character, and you follow him. Now, he's got this like brain thing. I should know because I'm doing it for psychology. Now, he had an accident and he can't make any memories after the accident, but all the memories that he made before the accident he can still remember. But he just can't make new memories, and he can't remember things very much. So what he does is he does like tattoos, he takes pictures, he writes things down, but even he can't trust what he wrote down, and as an audience we can't as well. And you have two corresponding stories. You have one going forwards, which is the black and white, and one's going backwards, which is the colour. Now, these kind of like get broken up into each other, but if you take out the black, if you take all the black and white ones out, they fit a story. And you take the colour, they fit a story. They rely on the previous scenes. And you'll see that because the endings of the scenes get repeated at the start of another scene. So they need to be in that kind of structure. So in a way, although it switches between different time sort of zones, it is still a linear structure. Now, honestly, I should recommend you the interview because I can't really explain this film because it's so boof out there that honestly it's quite difficult to. But this film, honestly, it's such a whirlwind of like, I don't know. You're just watching it and you're just going, huh? And because it's all in backwards, you're kind of questioning, well, although it's like in backwards and you've already seen the consequence, you want to see the action before it that made that consequence. So although when some people might go, yeah, well, it's backwards, so like you've seen like all the good stuff and then you have to watch the boring stuff, honestly, that's not the thing. He's done it in such a way that keeps you guessing every single time to see, well, what caused that then? And also, you as the audience member and as a spectator are in the exact same sort of feeling as Guy Pearce's character, because we don't know and he doesn't know. In a way, we're exactly the same as the protagonist in this, which makes us feel more aligned with him going through the story, and you kind of find bits of information with him. And honestly, I would highly recommend watching this film and then watching some of the interviews with it, because only he can really understand the film, Christopher Nolan can. There's this film that I watched afterwards where he sort of explains the story as a hairpin. It's really, really weird how he explained this film. So I will find that like link for you guys and I will link it down below. And I will stop it there. But honestly, I highly recommend this film, especially if you're a Christopher Nolan fan like me, because honestly, he's just amazing and he creates amazing piece of work, and I'm sorry, I love it. So the last film I watched was actually in the cinema, and it was The Commuter with Liam Neeson and Patrick Wilson and some other characters, and directed by Juman Colette Seria. Sorry, I've got my iPad under there with his name on, I don't know. And I watched this film because my mate wanted to. It was an unlimited screening, so we got to see it before other people did, so I was like, wow, I'll go. I don't have much of a life, let's do this. So I went and watched it, and I hated it. I really, really hated it. Like, it's good for like a popcorn movie, I would say, but it was just so predictable. It was like, yeah, Liam Neeson's gone and lost his family again or something, and like he's on a train and he has like time to find this person, and it's all like kick kick boom boom things. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I don't know why, but I was sitting there and I was just so bored that I started analysing the film. I didn't really enjoy it because I just was studying it. And that was the only reason why I stayed there, because I was like, one, I can make like a review thing of it, and also I can't leave my mate here because he's giving me a lift back home. But I was just watching it and I was going, well, why not just study it and kind of like get your head turning, because it was just such a boring film. and I didn't care really for them. Like, there were some bits that I was a bit more like on the edge of my seat. There were good aspects to it. I'm not going to slate it completely, but the majority of the time watching it, I didn't really care much for this film. But I just don't think this was my type of film. Now, I love any genre of film, any genre usually, but I was just sitting watching this film and I was like, I'd rather be home watching like a film that I want to watch. But it was free, so it's not like I wasted my money. It was free because I've got a Cineworld Unlimited card, so I shouldn't be complaining. But it was just like, that's 2 hours of my life that I could get back, really, because I didn't care much for that film. Kind of was like fingers crossed that I would at least have like a wow sort of emotion to it, but it was kind of like a wow. That was it, really. I'm not gonna hate this film, but I didn't love this film, you know. So guys, that was my February edition of Watcha Watching. Sorry, I didn't know what to name it, and I was like, I can name it something hip, and I was like, Watcha Watching. So it's Watcha Watching. So honestly, I'll be back here hopefully with February's. I'm gonna also be here with a review. It should have either come out before this video or will be coming out after this video, so I don't know which way it's gonna go yet, so I don't know, you just have to wait for that one. But anyway, I hope you really like this video, and I hope you like the concept of this, and if you want to see it more as like a monthly thing, that's fair enough. I won't do weeks of it because that would just get boring, because I only watch like one video a week maybe, but I just thought like it gets me to remember what kind of films I watch, and also it gives you guys some recommendations on what films you could watch, because honestly there's so many out there and I love just talking to you about the new films I've discovered. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I will see you soon for the next either review or what you're watching. Oh, that's so cringe, but I love it so much. Sorry, I will see you guys soon. Bye.